Well, hey there, this is your podcast host, Betsy Jordyn, popping into your feed to let you know about a big-time gift that I'm giving myself. I am giving myself the gift of a sabbatical. So to this end, starting now until February 2025, there will be no new Enough Already podcast episodes. But to be clear, I'm not taking a long vacation, even though I'd love to take some vacations while I'm on sabbatical. I'm just creating an intentional space to rethink and reimagine how I can deliver even better results for my clients. Tap into all the millions of ideas I have about the book I want to write, and maybe even reignite my desire to take the stage as a speaker. Instead of my usual approach of constant go, go, go action and going full steam on growing my business, and my evolution strategy of changing the wheels on the car while the car is still moving, I'm taking a different approach. I'm taking a non-doing approach. And what really inspired me was this quote I read from Richard Rohr, who is one of my favorite authors. And he said this: "The divine pattern is set. Doing must be balanced out by not doing. In the Jewish tradition, it's called the Sabbath rest. All contemplation reflects a seventh-day choice and experience, relying on grace instead of effort. Full growth implies timing and staging, acting and waiting, working and not working." So, as you can imagine, this all sounds great, but there were definitely parts of me that were not so excited about this whole sabbatical idea. The part of me that's like a little bit worried about money and, what does this mean? And the thing is that I realized as I really processed through making this big decision this is definitely an investment in myself and my clients. I'm confident it is going to deliver a huge ROI. And frankly, I just want to be at my best for my clients. So a few things as I wrap up. Even though I'll be taking a pause from my podcast and taking a pause actually on accepting new clients, I'm not taking a pause on my passion for empowering the heroic journey of mid-career professionals who want to turn their experiences and their strengths and their passions into a consulting or coaching brand that sets them apart in the market, connects with clients. I really love what I do, and I love my clients. And to this end, my team is going to be sharing highlights from my previous episodes on YouTube and on LinkedIn. So if we're not connected on LinkedIn, or you haven't yet subscribed to my channel on YouTube, please go do that. If you've been considering working with me, please head on over to my website at www.betsyjordyn.com and sign up for my waitlist. You'll be first in the know whenever I have more spaces for clients, and you'll get access to 5 free brand messaging trainings. And the thing is, too, is if you've been thinking about taking a sabbatical, or if you have taken a sabbatical and you have some tips, I'd love to hear them, please. Please share them with me. You could post some of your ideas and best practices on LinkedIn and tag me, or just send me an email at betsy@betsyjordyn.com. I think this is really important conversations for us to have about really protecting our brain capacity and our energy and being our best, and taking those intentional breaks and maybe even build them into our revenue strategies and our goals so that we always have money and time to take a break and a breather from all that constant doing. So again, don't forget to connect with me on LinkedIn or YouTube to stay in touch while I'm away. And thanks for listening. And I'm excited to be back with you in February of 2025.